I'm so happy to see all of the people here. You know, when we got here and it was about 20 after 6, some of the organizers said, do you think we should take some of these chairs down because it doesn't look like it won't look so good if we have a bunch of empty chairs? Well, I'm happy that we didn't take them down. I want to call on a number of people to come up here because each one of them has a small announcement to make, but I don't want to do it seriatim. I want them all to come up here and then make the announcement and then they can sit down. Dottie Zellner, Patrick Connors, Jane Hirschman, Allison Brown, would you all come up here? Nancy Krikorian, Naomi Allen, and Andy Pollack. These are from the Emergency Operation, Dottie Zellner, Patrick Connor from Adala, Jane Hirschman from Jews Say No, Allison Brown from the New York Coalition for the Boycott, Nancy Krikorian from Code Pink, Naomi Allen, Brooklyn for Peace, Andy Pollack from El Auda, and of course our beloved Felice Gelman from Gaza Freedom March.
Well,
so if you will just stand within 6 inches and each.
Our thought here is very simple, which is there are lots of people who've been activated and excited by what's gone on over the last 6 months, the Gaza Freedom March. A lot of people have said to me and other people, what can we do, what can we do? So what we thought, if you have the patience, is that we would have brief descriptions from some of the organizations in New York who are active in this struggle of what they're doing. And we're asking people to do the impossible, but I hope they'll do it, which is to limit what they're saying to about 2 minutes, to just give you a flavor. You can talk to them, you'll know who they are, and then after that we would like to have some discussion. But because we organized this meeting, we're going to take the first place to just say, we put on your chairs a piece of paper which says, we support the Cairo Declaration of the Gaza Freedom March, which is an initiative that came out of the South African delegation that came to the Gaza Freedom March and was pretty broadly adopted within the confines of our great difficulty of having meetings in Cairo. But take a look at this, please read it. I will tell you briefly, we're saying that we are reaffirming our commitment to Palestinian self-determination, to ending the occupation, to equal rights for all within historic Palestine, and to the full right of return for Palestinian refugees. And then we are asking for help in initiating a global mass democratic anti-apartheid movement to work with Palestinian civil society to implement the call for boycott, divestment, and sanctions. I put this on your chairs because many of you work in organizations or work in faith groups or in other places where you can take this back and get the endorsement of your organizations. You can see there is a place online to sign it. Please take this home with you, and let's see if we can actually build this global movement.
So I'm going to ask the people who are up here to come up, identify themselves, their organization, and not to speak for more than 2 minutes each.
Hi, I'm Jane Hirschman. I'm with a group called Jews Say No. We are one of the sponsors of tonight's events. We came together during the Gaza massacre because we thought it was very important that there be a Jewish voice against the atrocities in Gaza. And we started over a year ago. Many of you know what we've done. We've done demonstrations. We're in a 24-hour period. 1,000 people gathered in front of the Israeli consulate. We did a letter, a worldwide letter, to support the Goldstone report. We do street theater every single month. If you want to come and join us, our next street theater will be Monday, February 1st at 5:30. We stand for 1 hour. We stand in black, and we hold signs that raise questions and ask people to think about certain questions, and it's directed at Jewish people, but we hope our allies will join us. And my friend Dottie Zellner, who's up here and is in our group, says that I must say that we are the Jewish resistance to what's going on in the Palestinian community.
I'm Dorothy Zellner. All I want to say is, within the next few weeks, or we don't know exactly when, according to Haaretz, the Israeli newspaper, there will be another attack on Gaza, another full-scale attack. Now, since I was working with people while you all were in Gaza trying to do press, we are the ones who are going to have to work from here. You've all gotten an index card. If you don't have an index card, get it in the back. Write your name and your email address on it. I am the person who will be sitting there at the computer making the list, so please have pity on me and write it legibly. Then we will have a working list. You all have your own list. We're sitting here with 200 or 300 people. Actually, 5,000 people are sitting here right now, and we got to activate it over in a 24-hour period when they start again, which they will.
Hi, I'm Patrick Connors from Adela, New York, the Coalition for Justice in the Middle East. Virtually all of Palestinian civil society has come together to support the call for boycott, divestment, and sanctions. As was emphasized by the Cairo Declaration, it's got loads of international support. We really encourage all of you to support individually by boycotting and by supporting groups in New York or starting your own group or wherever you live to support the boycott call. Adela, New York is one of those groups that's supporting the boycott. We've had a very successful campaign to boycott Israeli billionaire and settlement builder Lev Levayev, moving groups like UNICEF, moving the British government, and we're working on other fronts and other boycotts as well. So we invite you to join us and also to join many of the other great groups that are working on the boycott. Thanks.
Hi. Wow. I'm Allison, and I'm speaking with two interrelated hats.
Stand back a little bit.
Better? No. There? Okay. Two interrelated hats. One is the New York campaign for the boycott of Israel, which began just over a year ago in the wake of the Gaza attack, with the feeling that we need to mobilize around the crises, but we also need to build a long-term sustainable vision, movement, and that BDS, in the wake of the Palestinian civil society's call for the boycott of Israel until the occupation comes to an end, until the right of refugees to return to their homes is recognized pursuant to UN Resolution 194, and until Palestinian citizens of Israel have equal rights, that we needed to mobilize the international community to boycott Israel and to build this movement. And basically, I guess most of you are familiar with the boycott call. New York campaign for the boycott of Israel right now focuses on one particular campaign, which is the Goodbye Moto campaign, www.goodbyemoto.org. And we're also working to expand and respond to various occasions as they come up and to continue to build the movement that's been growing internationally. And you can please pick up one of our flyers at the back about the Motorola campaign, as well as visit the website, boycottisraelnyc.org and goodbyemoto.org, and you can sign a pledge to boycott Motorola and to boycott, also to be able to return your modems is coming soon. Secondly, Israeli Apartheid Week. Just mark your calendars. It's coming up. It's 1 week. This is going to be the 5th International Israeli Apartheid Week, 1 week of events bringing attention to Israel's apartheid regime. It happened last year in over 40 cities around the globe, and we're very happy to be having another week here. So mark your calendars for the first week in March, www.apartheidweek.org. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nancy Krikorian for Code Pink. And I'm just going to take 30 seconds. All I want to tell you is our contribution to the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement is our Stolen Beauty boycott campaign against Ahava settlement products. And if you want to get involved, and you don't have to wear a bikini or a bathrobe, you can wear your own clothes. But in the back I have flyers, or you could go on the website www.stolenbeauty.org.
I'm Sherry Gorelick from Women in Black, Union Square.
In 1988, 3 weeks after the first Palestinian Intifada, a group of Israeli women dressed in black and held up signs saying, "Stop the violence, negotiate." And it spread throughout Israel, it has spread throughout the world. There are women in black vigils in 150 different countries on all the continents. And we have a vigil every week on Thursdays from 5:30 to 6:30 at Union Square, 14th Street and Broadway, every Thursday. We've been standing since 2001, and we would be very happy if you were to join us. It is a women-led organization, as the Gaza Freedom March was largely women organized. Men are welcome. You don't have to wear black. And it's very easy because all you have to do is show up. All you have to do is come to 14th Street and Broadway on any Thursday from 5:30 to 6:30 and stand with us for 1 hour.
I'm Naomi Allen from Brooklyn for Peace. And if you live in Brooklyn or near Brooklyn, Brooklyn for Peace is one-stop shopping if you're opposed to U.S. militarism anywhere in the world. Our Israel-Palestine Committee is extremely active. We do a lot of educational activities, demonstrations, vigils, and so on. We sell Palestinian olive oil. And we have a reading group. And you can be in our reading group and not be active in demonstrations and so on. Just come to educate yourself and learn some of these issues. Get in touch with us, brooklynpeace.org, or see us in the back of the room.
I'm Andy Pollack with Al Out in New York, the Palestine Right to Return Coalition. We were extremely glad to hear that you're planning emergency response, because that's one of the things that we do best. The emergency response is so important. A little over a year ago when the attack started, we initiated demonstrations of thousands and tens of thousands repeatedly during the attacks, and we'll join with you whenever we need to do that again and again and again. On Sunday, January 31st, the Break the Siege of Gaza Coalition, which was initiated by Al-Auda and includes a number of Arab community groups, including the Arab Muslim American Federation, Muslim American Society, and various others, are holding a talk by George Galloway of the Viva Palestina convoy at Whitty Hall in the heart of Brooklyn's Arab community. That's Sunday, January 31st. Not only is it important to turn out to that to hear what George has to say about the way the convoy was treated, but it will send a message to the Egyptian government, the Israeli government, and the US government that when their puppet Mubarak says no more convoys will be allowed into Cairo, much less into Gaza, that we say no, you are not going to put a stop to it. We have flyers that were on your chairs. We have more in the back, so please, January 31st, come here, George Galloway at Whitty Hall in Brooklyn.
Hi, my name's Abe. I also work with Adala in New York, but I'm wearing a different hat tonight. I'm here representing the Palestine Freedom Project, which is a group that helped to bring Ali Abunimah here tonight. And that kind of exemplifies the type of work that we do. What we are is basically a resource for activists. We develop handbooks and how-to information. We conduct skill-building workshops. We operate a speakers bureau. We provide all sorts of resources through our website, directories of organizations and resources, wikis for how-to information and other sorts of documentation. We're always looking for volunteers and interns to help us in that work. Basically, everything we do is to try to make Palestine activism easier and more effective. So whether you're a completely neophyte activist just getting started, or whether you've been involved for years, we have materials and services to help make your work more effective. Incidentally, Ali will also be appearing tomorrow at Columbia University at 2 p.m. And in White Plains at 7, I believe. If you're interested in more details on either of those two events, let me know. I'll be at the back. We have a table over there. And he'll also be going on a whirlwind tour of the northwestern U.S. and Western Canada for about 10 days in early March. And if you're interested in any of that information, come see me as well. Our website is palestinefreedom.org. I urge you to check it out and check out our table. And thanks for coming tonight.
The last person who's going to be presenting is Huwaida Araf, who has just been one of the heroes in this whole Gaza Freedom March and Gaza Freedom movement. We're taking the boats to Gaza, and that's what she's going to speak about here.
Thanks, everyone. I won't keep you very long, but I appreciate you staying because we really need your help. I am very excited to see the fruits of the enthusiasm that was built in Cairo, and I'm going to ask you tonight to use that energy and enthusiasm and help us go back to Gaza the way that we've done before via the sea. We are intent on opening a sea route to Gaza, and it can be done. We've done it. We've reached Gaza 5 times before. Our last 3 missions were violently intercepted, but that doesn't mean that we back down. So people are working all over the world, the BDS movement and other things that are happening in countries that needs to happen. That is wonderful, but we also need the direct action. We also need to confront Israel because our governments aren't doing it. Institutions, even legal institutions, the United Nations, they're saying that this blockade on Gaza is illegal, but no one's doing anything to stop it. So this is where we come in. We're going to do something to stop it. We're going to stand up to Israel. We are going to take boats, but you might be asking, well, you've been stopped before. Why won't you be stopped again? We just reformulated our strategy a little bit. Instead of sending 1 boat, now we're going to send a fleet. But we need you to help make that fleet happen. Honestly, we were supposed to go in the fall with a cargo ship, carrying the building supplies that Gaza needs to rebuild. We wanted to get there before the winter weather hit so people don't have to be intense with this cold weather. You've probably seen the UN report saying that this winter would probably be lethal on women and children who still don't have housing. And we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it because we weren't able to raise enough funds to do it, unfortunately. And that always is an obstacle, but we shouldn't let it be. We're not letting it be, and if you help us, it won't be. So I brought some flyers tonight, but I did not expect such a wonderful turnout, so not enough, but there might be some on the table in the back saying how you can get in touch with us, how you can volunteer to help. We do need funds, but we also need the kind of organization that will help support the boats when they go, so it's not only a few boats going with a few dozen people on. It is truly a global effort to take to sea and confront Israel and stop them. Thank you.